Oh, I have just done a vlog and it didn't record. So my laptop is broken and it's not storing anything. It is dying. Um, and yeah, I want to do a vlog about shamanic journeying for enemies. Now, people know about shamanic journeying to help others. But also, what about enemies? Now, what about if you have somebody attacking you, maybe smearing you, and you want to find out what they're all about? It is possible to ask somebody, to ask a shaman to do a journey for you to find out what's going on with them, um, or to do it yourself. We all have this ability. We are all shamans. We all have the ability to journey. Okay, let me give you an example. I'm going to do a quick journey. I'm going to choose someone who's targeting me. It's a man called Graham Johnson. Despite me helping, he is hacked off. I believe he's not with them anymore. To be fair, on the new broom that has come in, they I believe swept him out, which was wise. He's been smearing me and informing Baroness Lawrence untruths, which also is a highly manipulative um, attitude to take towards a victim of crime. He forgot to tell her that I was a rape victim. He forgot to tell her that I helped him, and especially in that particular case, it's pretty nasty. It's upset me a lot, massively, because my life has been one long reaction to the crime of paedophilia that was perpetrated on me as a child by a man that the Roman Catholic Church handed me to. I believe deliberately. I believe, yeah, well, it's enough said on that. But some dark things go on in this world. So I want to look into him. I want to take a good look. I want to find out what he's doing with me. I want to find out what actually is this all about. It might be about money. I think it is. Let's have a look. Okay, so when you want to take a journey, what you have to do is lie down, close your eyes. If you're doing it with somebody else, it's nice if you lay down next to them. It's nice if you hold their wrist. Now, you hold the wrist because there's a big vein there. And you notice Darren Brown, who claims he's not esoteric, but when he's checking out who he wants to come in to his show, he will lean up and touch their neck. There's a very big vein goes down the side of the neck, and you can get a very good reading on somebody if you touch that. So that's what he's doing there, to feel their vibrations, to feel if they've got quicker vibrations, which are easy and suggestible, or slower, which he won't be able to penetrate, not as easily. Okay, so you hold their wrists, you start to read them. If they've got a quickening of their blood, the blood holds the energy. So you can find out then and there they're going to be easy or difficult to take with you on the journey. If they're lying beside you, you can put a quartz crystal on their crown chakra and on their heart chakra, a amethyst, a really powerful good chunk of amethyst, perhaps about 50 quid's worth. You can get some good powerful, that's a great crystal for journey. Put it on your chest, put it on their chest, and off you go. So you close your eyes and you breathe, just breathe deeply, and then see yourself on a boat. And the boat is going out to sea. It's a small boat. It's got oars. And if you're journeying with somebody who you haven't asked, but you're just going to journey with them, you imagine them facing you in your boat. So I'm going to do this on Graham Johnson, and I am going to take him with me. So I'll just picture him there. And what you do, you're calling down someone's astral body at this point. So actually did it on David Sherborne a few days ago. It's pretty interesting. Um, I might have left his part down in the underworld. We're going down to the underworld. We're not going up with these people. When it's an enemy, you do not take them up to the higher dimensions. You go down to the underworld. That's where the Akashic records are stored. That's where you can find out what they're all about. So we're out in a rowboat, and just imagine who you want to take with you sitting opposite you. Okay. And it's a hot day, and you go out further. You could be in a lake or you could be in the sea. I'm choosing the sea today. I don't know why it's coming up. It's a bit choppy. Okay, and I've got who I want in the boat opposite me. And then I'm going to attach breathing equipment to him and also to me. And then I'm going to pull him over the side with me into the water. Now it's very cold to start with. And I'm going to descend. And as I do, I notice warmer breathing through the breathing equipment. The water's green at this point, and it's quite a deep green. I'm looking around. I can only see him. I can see his eyes. And let's go down deeper. I'm pulling him down deeper. This time, the green is a darker green. And it's warmer. It's very warm now. And we're passing other things. I can see yellowfish, some coral, and weeds. We're reaching the bottom, and now, okay, we're both feet on the bottom. And I'm going to take off his breathing equipment. I'm going to take off mine. At this point, you'll notice that you've come to a portal. And at the edges of the portal, you can breathe. So it's good to breathe here at this point because you can start adjusting your body to become more aware. And you're just about to cross a threshold. So as I breathe, and notice you can breathe the water. So he's become a little alarmed that he can't breathe. I'm just going to calm him and get him to breathe. That's it. Breathe out. Okay, now there's a manhole cover at the bottom. It's covered in mud. And there's a lock on it. And there's a lock on it because anybody I talked to about this, and I used to not be aware of all this, and I spoke to another shaman and told him about my portals, and they became closed down for a while. So you tell other people about them, they can use them without you knowing. I protect myself by locking this. So there's a lock, and I'm going to use what I have on the palm of my hand, which is the sigils from Aldebaran. So that will unlock. I'm going to jump down into the crystalline lift, and I'm going to yank him with me. And we're going to descend through the earth really, really fast. Faster than the speed of sound. We're going to go through the green flame. He's trying to get out at this point. Now, taking someone with them, it's only a sliver of their astral body. It's not all of them. I'm going to ask him to calm down. I'm going to ask him why he's upset. He's asking me what I'm doing. I'm telling him we're journeying together. He's saying he doesn't want to journey with me. And I'm going to tell him how irrelevant that is, what he wants and doesn't want. Let's descend further. And now we're going through the green flame and now the violet flame. Purifying with the violet flame. Then descending further into the earth. Faster than speed of sound. Shooting through the center of the earth. I'm now seeing the earth from the outside and this cloud cover. He's still trying to get out. I'm going to bind this sliver of his astral body. I'm just going to bind him because it's getting on my nerves. Okay, now we're going to exit the crystalline lift, and we are now in the caves of Shiva. This is the caves of the Nagas. There's a giant Shiva statue to the right hand side. To the left hand side there's a door. I'm going to take him through this door along the bone bridge, and at this point my power animal appears, and it's a black jaguar, and it has a collar, and the collar has jewels. I'm going to stop a minute in the middle of this bridge, and I'm just going to kneel and pet my power animal, and I'm going to ask him, has he any news for me? And I'm going to take a pen. It's what it's best to do, because when you come out of the shamanic trance and you haven't recorded, you will forget. So it's really best to have a notebook beside you. So I am at this point going to keep my eyes closed, and I'm going to talk to the Black Panther and ask advices. He's observed I'm taking a prisoner, and he's observed where to. I'm going to take him to a house on the right hand side. He's saying no to take him to the masters. I don't know who the masters are, and I've never been to see the masters. Okay, I'm going to let him lead. I'm just going to ask him before I do. I'm feeling pretty abused this moment. Is there anything I should do to treat myself with care and kindness? Okay, well, okay. Okay, so lead me to the masters, whoever they are. Okay, so this animal, my animal that I should really name, I'm going to call her Nancy, after the after the Black Panther that Johnson took a picture of when it was supposedly the Beast of Bodmin Moor. Let's call her Nancy. Okay, so he's leading me through the town, and there looks like a house. It's golden, and there's about 5 stories. He's telling me to go to the top. It looks like a kind of dome thing, maybe not. It looks like a tentish thing. Okay, we're going up the stairs. Okay, now I'm going into this, looks like a tent on the top, and they are Arabic men, and some of them have gold crowns. Okay, that's interesting. They have gold crowns. Okay, I'm going to take my prisoner. I'm going to make my prisoner kneel in front of them, and I'm going to show my respects by also kneeling. I'm going to ask them who they are. I was told that they were masters. I'm going to ask them, masters of the lower realm. Okay, they see me. Okay, I'm getting this. Are these what we know as Jinn Kings? They're agreeing. Okay, they're Jinn Kings. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to ask what to do with the prisoner, and I'm just going to continue on here. And okay, so these are Jinn Kings, and I'm going to ask them what this man is doing as regards me, what he's doing as regards the courts, what he's doing as regards smearing me, what his end game is, how to deal with him. Also, there's a lot of mystery surrounding this. Okay, they're going to ask me. They are asking me what I can give back to them. Absolutely nothing. What do you want from me? We need your cooperation in current events in your world. What cooperation? What can I do? You are a writer. We want you to write about the imprisonment of humanity by species from Iran. That species is now fully owning all the realms above and below. There is currently a war between us and other species, and as they try to commandeer this area of the galaxy. I pledge my support. I think we all know who we're talking about, and I totally pledge my support to you. I would like to know your names. If you can communicate your names to me, that would be really helpful. I'm getting the name beginning with U, R, A, C, H, Urakia. I will look that up. I pledge my support. Okay, can you tell me what this man's intentions are as regards me? He aims to destroy you as a woman, your reputation, your soul. He is firmly in the grip of a possession by the species. Why me? You are a starseed from Aldebaran and chosen for targeting by the species. You were in the employ of the species for many years. So what's going on now with this attack by these people? Are they all the same? The species often play fake war games to convince those enslaved that they have choices. This is a fake war game. Will I end up the casualty of it? How do I defend? We will stay present with you. Now you've made the connection with us. Do so daily. Seek our sigil. Wear it. Carry out elemental magic, planetary magic, sigil magic against your enemies, and you will be protected. Respect and use them wisely. What about my wants and needs? Request, demand. What about this man attacking me and smearing me? Speak your truth. Write your truth. I'm quite sick of his behaviour towards me. I'm feeling feelings of hatred, and I don't know how to deal with them. I don't like hating. Okay, they want me to look at him. I'm looking at him. Looking deep into his eyes. I'm going to vomit. Oh, they're putting a bucket for me. I'm vomiting into the bucket. There's a lot of black tar, a lot of darkness. Okay, so he's somebody that's been taken over by a kind of form of AI. So that's why he acts and manipulates without human consciousness. He is just like that. There's not much of actually the real him left. There's a tiny bit. Sometimes he feels afraid. That's good. He sees that as bad when he feels afraid, but that is good when he feels afraid, because that's the last little bit of him left. He's been purged, not purged, infiltrated by that AI that they use just because he's useful. They've helped him. I don't understand this attack though, this attack on papers and... Okay, it's ushering in a new form of media. No one will be examined or observed. We will go about our business. Okay, so it's gain more power in the end and keep the masses in the dark, obviously. So it's to usher in a new way, and I'm guessing that by holding up celebrities and going, oh, poor celebrities, and the public will cheer and, yeah, poor celebrities, and will say, yes, make this new media come about. And the new media will never make those in charge answer for wrongdoing, because they won't ever be looked at, and the public will agree with it. There's a lot of power in the public, a lot of sway, a lot of energy there. They have to deal with that, these species. But it's all part of this new world order ushering in. The new world order of the public not being told anything. So they're cooperating in their own demise. Let's have privacy, but it means no one will ever be looked at. Stupid. Okay, I've had enough of the species. I was targeted when I arrived, right? What are they? I want to see on a screen who they are and when did they appear here. I'm seeing a picture of a time when this earth was owned by them. There was a time when the earth was owned by the lizards, and they were large, and they owned and they ate the human mammal, which was a little bit like an ape. Then, from a distant star came, might have been the Anunnaki. They made the ape into an intelligent being to use it as a slave, and they destroyed the reptilian dinosaurs. So man took over the earth. Man took over the earth and reigned for a long time. This is ancient Egypt. I recall that in some kind of way. And then the reptilian species re-emerged with Rome. And they looked at man and they destroyed the connection to the Anunnaki, and they made us godless and infested us with the AI, which is them. And they look strange. They aren't reptilian. That is how they appeared in this level, but I want to really see them now. I want you to show me their form. Oh, I'm being sick. Just dark, dark, dark. They don't have a form. It's just, I feel like I'm going down a long tube in a starry sky. I feel like I want to vomit. Oh, it's just like a really low frequency. Yeah, they're not reptilian form. That's just how they used to be years and years and years ago. And that's why they've got those reptilian forms, because some of their bloodlines left over. So it's basically Chilean bloodline, which are the Committee of 300, the Club of Rome, and they're ruling right now because they've got hold of the money, and the Anunnaki's offspring, which is the ancient Egyptian and the pagan. And so I'm going for a long tube and encountering a frequency that's just so low, so low, so dark, so aggressive, and that is them. And it's formless, and it fell out of God. No, great. What have we got to look forward to? Why did it fall out of God? I don't understand. God extended itself And as it extended itself, there was a hole in the galaxy. Is there ever a place that you can reach that is pure God? And can you go there and just hide out? I'm so sick of this war, being a part of it, and yet it's not acknowledged, but it's raging, fucking targeting. Oh God, is there a place where there's God and where those we love are safe and we can be? Is there not a part? There is a part, there is a part, there is a part. We can go there. It's a kingdom. It's the kingdom of God. We can see it. Okay, so those that choose to come here, oh, it's part of somewhere that is evolving. So part of God rebelled against the other part of God, and when it did, it descended. But there is the golden kingdom of God, where we can take refuge. Thank God. I've just had enough of. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. This is such a dark place. Michelle's one of those people that didn't realise this place is dark and went about your business, planning your holidays. I wish I was like that. I wish I was like that. But apparently you've got to go through suffering and pain to evolve and to come back to the kingdom so you don't descend again. God wants it a position where there's no rebelling against him, and he wants it back with the kingdom. Really, we all belong in the kingdom, every single part, even that blackness. Fuck, it's sickening. What is it? Apparently it has to purify. Oh, that'll be difficult to purify that. Jesus came to try to purify it, to try and bring it away. And it did so by sacrificing itself for God. By sacrificing, it was showing that this life isn't of any value, that the way to the kingdom is through pain. And so we look at Jesus and know that our suffering is linked with Jesus' suffering, and that we can get back to that kingdom. I can see it's a really gold kingdom. It's very beautiful. We can get back there once we suffer. And we suffer. And when we suffer, we do it for God. And we do it to get back to the kingdom. We do it to not enjoy the fruits of the darkness. The darkness has fruits. Okay. And it's worthless. This makes me sick. Okay. So I will do. I agree to the bargain, and I want to be supported in my life. I'm not supported. I want to be helped with a lot of things, accommodation, with money, and I'll do my best with writing and speaking. And this prisoner, can we help him in any way? Increase his fear. Increasing his fear will bring him to the point of touching with his humanity. Then when he touches with his humanity, he will escape what binds him. His fear is a good thing. I've got the power to increase it if I want. I don't know if he can take the fear. Let me look at him once again in the eyes. There's a fear coming, whether he likes it or not, from everything he's involved in. He's being used, but he doesn't see he's being used. They don't care about that part of him because they aren't human. So they don't care about the part of him that's human. They're buttering him up. So that was what that newspaper article by that quite powerful man was doing, buttering him up. And they're doing it in quite a cynical way because he's not one of them actually. They're doing it cynically, counting on his pride and ego. He needs to get close to Christ and pray. He's carrying out a lot of evil, more than I even know. That he's quite lightweight with me. Has he a fondness for me? He's a certain admiration for me. What's that about? He thinks I'm brave, and I don't know why. Okay. I'm going to ask the king, the center king. I'm going to ask you, firstly, if I can see the king a little clearer, please. Well, he's surrounded with, he has on his fingers moonstones. Really large ones. He's saying how powerful the moonstone is. He's saying, don't look for anything human in me. He's not human. I'm going to ask them, do they love God and the kingdom? They do love God and the kingdom, but they choose to be here. Where is the underworld? It's not at the centre of the bloody earth. He's saying that that learning is out there. It's in the Kabbalah. The tree of life. Can we help my prisoner? He's asking, do I want to help my prisoner? Okay, I want to help my prisoner. He's saying forgive. To forgive him for anything he's done to me. Okay, it feels good letting go of that hate in my heart and my anger. They're telling me to kneel beside the prisoner and to focus on the Christ. I'm seeing in front of me a crucifix and Christ bleeding, dying, looking up to the Father. Oh, he's let me become one with it. He's asking me to feel the love that Christ feels for the kingdom. It's making me realize that I don't know what God is. All I know is Christ. We can't know God, it's above our minds, and also we've been blocked by the species, so we can't feel God. Once upon a time, humanity could feel God, but now it's been blocked. That's why he had to extend himself in the figure of Christ. Okay, so I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling a feeling of forgiving anything bad that's done, a detachment from the earth to realize it's a tiny ball, to see it as smaller. It's very small in the scheme of things, but we're programmed to see it as large. And that's why the Buddhists have got it right to just detach from the whole motherfucker mess of it. We've been programmed for our egos to be really big. Okay, I finished. I want them to stay with me. Stay with me. Don't leave me on my own. I find it very repressive here. Stay with me. I want something to link with this king. I want something to tie me to him. I don't want something. I want to be given something. I want to be given something. He's giving me a... looks like a ball that's surrounded by something, and it looks almost like a planetary thing with things spinning around the outside. He's telling me to spin it when I want to communicate with him, and that if I look, I can buy something like it, and that when I touch it and go into meditation, I can connect with him. Okay. I'm going to thank them. I'm going to take my prisoner. With my Black Panther, Nancy. I'm going to give her a stroke and kiss her. She's going to wait there for me. I'm going to ask her to come into my dreams and to guide me whenever I'm in danger and appear whenever I'm in danger. Appear to give me strength whenever I falter. Whenever I'm weak, I realize that these are end times. Stay with me. Okay, now we're going to go through the door. Now we're going to go into the cave of Shiva. There's a statue of Shiva to the left. There's candles on the floor. We're going to go into the crystalline lift. My prisoner doesn't like going to the crystalline lift, and I don't know why. But no choice. Let's ascend. And we're traveling faster than the speed of sound. Going through the violet flame, the green flame, the blue flame, the ruby flame. Ascending. Ascending through the bowels of the earth. Faster than the speed of sound. To the surface of the earth. We were thrown here somehow. Just thrown here. Humanity was thrown here. Imprisoned and thrown here from somewhere else. The whole thing was never meant to happen. It wasn't the will of God. Only by suffering, only by joining Christ do we escape. So Christians have got it right, but it's just a way out. God is who we worship. It's actually the Muslims have it right too. I converted to Islam 2 years ago. Okay, now I'm going through the manhole and up, and I'm breathing in the water, putting the manhole down. I'm locking it. Only I. Okay, now we're swimming upwards, and I'm putting the breathing equipment back on him, untying his hands from behind. I'm binding him totally, and as we ascend through the water, it's warmer. Ow, now it's cold. Now it's ice cold and icy blue. And now head above the water. Take off the breathing equipment. He's protesting. Let's get back in the boat. Okay, now I'm going to move to the edge of the lake. I'm going to continue on with this. I'm suggesting to him that we walk up the hill and there's a forest. And we're going to go through that forest. First of all, we're going to go in between two oak trees. Oops, they're asking me to pay to get in. I forgot I put a boundary there. I'm just going to show them what's on the palm of my hand. And I'm going to allow them to take my visitor. These are my guards. And then I'm going to go through the centre of the oak trees and then on through the forest. We pass on the left the Lady of the Lake, on through to the forest clearing, and then we're going to shoot upwards through the vortex, through blue sky, through the cloud cover, out into black night, and then towards the yellow planet, and then to my space lodge. And then we're going to sit there, and I'm going to call through my spirit guides after making a portal, and they're going to sit with us, and then I'm going to ask why we've come in this direction. It wasn't something I wanted or needed. And I'm being shown a clock, and I've been told time. And I'm being shown that it is 5 to midnight. And I'm being told the time is now. And they want to extract darkness from this man. They're extracting it first from his heart, pouring it into a cup. He's protesting, so they've bound him again. And now they're draining it from his throat chakra. Oh, so much of it. It's like oil, dark oil. And then from his third eye, extracting the implant from his crown, his sacral chakra crown. He's not sexually active at all. Sometimes he goes through the motions, but he's not present. He wonders why. It's because he's got a lock on that. I'm going to unlock that and move. He's a slave. Let's drain the rest of it into the ground. Just come out from his hands, feet, into the Okay, now we're going to go back out. I'm just doing it from closing my eyes. I'll hold hands with him and let's jaunt. So I'm going to jaunt back and find myself in the clearing of the forest. Then I'm going to run through the forest. He seems much better, much clearer, much lighter. It's so strange you can perform a healing on someone and without their permission. He's telling me he didn't even want to become a journalist. He wanted to be a teacher, a history teacher. He always liked the past, but he gave it up pretty soon. He had to earn money. He doesn't like what he's become. He doesn't like himself. He feels better now. He's asking if we're going to be friends when all this is over. Maybe if you stop smearing me, and maybe if you go to Doreen Lawrence and tell her the truth, she's been much targeted here. She had a life in ancient Egypt and was quite an important person with that son that was attacked. He was definitely attacked, so she didn't come in to have power. Although she seems like she has power, she has had her heart ripped out because they knew each other in previous lives. So she has been disempowered rather than empowered. But the enemy has given her this false power, but it hasn't reached her heart. So she knows deep down. So she was targeted because of her abilities to communicate with God. And they don't like that. They don't like that. Okay. Let's walk out the forest. Good night, Mars. I feel quite sick. That was quite deep. Oh, I feel sick. I've never encountered beings like that, but I've heard of them. I'm going to consult with Brian Barrett on that because there was a lot of jinn activity there. He's written a book on the jinn. He's a magician and a mine of information. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry there was so many big gaps. I don't know if this was recorded very well at all.